Here are 5 red flags that could lead to an undocumented person's bank account to be frozen or them being placed in removal proceedings. This comes from the advisory that was published on June 5th, 2026. So if you've been following the news, back in May 19th, the Trump administration issued an executive order. There was multiple things that went into that executive order. It all involved banking and undocumented populations. The first thing that was going to come out was this advisory that came from the Treasury Department that now all the banks have. Whether or not they use this advisory in determining whether you are a suspicious person is up to the banks. The actual regulatory change or the proposed rule won't be issued until mid-July. But what this advisory has is 18 new red flags that are specific just to undocumented people. I'm only going to cover the most relevant 5, but if you want to see all 18, go to The Migration on Substack. I did a full analysis of all 18, including sources. Now, the first red flag is if you are cashing checks from a construction, agricultural, domestic service, or hospitality industry. If anything, all of the red flags, well, most of them, have something to do with those industries because those are the industries that undocumented people are in. Number 2, receiving peer-to-peer or Zelle or Venmo payments from a newly established agricultural, construction, domestic service, or hospitality industry. Again, those are the industries. You start receiving peer-to-peer payments from new companies that do those services, then that could be seen as a red flag. Number 3, an ITIN account that is purely remittance based. So if you started in a bank account that is ITIN based, a lot of banks allow you to do that, and the only transaction you have is money coming into the account, and then every now and then you send all of that money to a foreign country, that is a red flag. It signals that you are just sending remittances back home, and so that's why it's a red flag. Number 4, opening a bank account for a business whose business address is a UPS store. Now, it doesn't have to be UPS. It can be any commercial mailing service, but UPS is the most common. A lot of undocumented people are entrepreneurial. They start businesses using a UPS, and then when they open a bank account for that business's address is not an actual physical business address, and that now is seen as a red flag and will maybe result in the account being frozen or you being placed in removal proceedings once they start investigating because of a SARs. Number 5, if you're receiving checks or payments from a business that has previously been audited or there was a worksite enforcement raid. So here in California, there's worksite enforcement raids for agricultural businesses. If ICE basically stormed in, if you start working for them later on into the future and you start receiving checks, then just getting a check from these industries that have previously been audited or worksite enforced, that is a red flag. Thanks for listening. If you want to see the full list and my analysis and sources, go to The Migration on Substack.